inspiration and marketing savvy to go henceforth, forthwith, and destroy those dents with a lovely cup of tea and a tip of a lip. Attention for those dent guys. Bravo, chaps.
Yay! Welcome back to another episode of Those Dent Guys with me, as always, Ben Ridley from Untitled Chapter.
And Martin Saddle Socks from Dent Remover in Beverley.
Perfect. We're back. Do you know what? I was trying to get the thumbnail done this morning. I swear to God we were on episode 5, but I had to check back and it's like episode 3. I'm like, I don't know.
I was going to say, we never get to 5. No way.
Well, hang on a minute. It was season 4, so we've got this one and one more episode to go before we go on hiatus again. We can have 3 months off.
Yes.
Beautiful. Let's go on holiday again.
I'm on holiday, not this week, but week after. So
again, you're getting worse than our guest tonight. You are. Watch his face. There he is. Look. We shall bring Kevin on in a minute, but as always, let's do what we always do. Jump in the comment section, shall we, and see who's with us tonight. We are.
I know someone's been dying to see us tonight.
Who's that? Me mum? No. Hey
up, Ginger Bros. How are you doing?
There you go. How you doing, buddy?
We're on now. You can relax. Just chill. Got Igor. All right, Igor. How are you doing?
Boy, how we doing, mate?
Sending me some good jokes just lately.
Yeah, it always brightens your day up when the WhatsApp.
I do get all the jokes as well, do you?
I think there's a group of us. It's just like a group ping around or something. I don't know.
Textaphone.
I feel blessed.
James Bernard. Hey up, how are you doing? You're bad man again. Get your son.
Yep. There you go, mate. Down with the lingo. Look, well
That's
done.
It. Yay. Oh yeah, Andy Patrick. Make sure Baird uses the restroom before we bring him on. I told you we made him go to the toilet before he came on air.
That's it. Whose show was that on? Was he on someone's show and accidentally?
It was the multi show with John Vidine and all that lot.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, we were that, weren't we?
In the back room and stuff, weren't we?
Yeah.
We had him pee.
You like to say you only make these mistakes once, but whoever knows about this.
All right, Adam Jones, how are you doing? What's up, fellas? AD Shaw, evening, boys. You still on holiday? He's camping, I think.
Don't know. Why is everyone on holiday?
I don't even think he went back to work. I think he's just camping.
It's just gone off grid.
Yeah. Hey up, Steve. Hi all.
Evening, matey.
Hope you're well. Hope you're busy. David, bueno.
Mr. Charlotte, evening. That was a quality post that Dave put up the other day.
I know. I just woke up to being like tagged to it, and I was like, "Wanking Festival? What's that?"
I was going to say, can we say it live on air before the watershed? But there you go. It's done. We'll get cancelled again now.
Well, it must be all hands on there. Graham Seaton, evening, fella. How are you doing? Joshua Dragos, hello.
Hey,
cheers.
Joshua's Florida way, isn't he? Is he?
Brian Milner, how are you doing? Yeah, he is. I think he's up near Cocoa Beach area, I think.
Okay. There you go.
I think so. All right, Brian, how are you doing?
Evening, boy.
Rob Nair, evening, gents. Evening, you.
It's nice to have all the international folk.
Welcome, cheers.
How are we doing?
Dave Dudson. I was about to text you, but I forgot.
Evening, Dave. There's a guy that's just got back from a bike ride. I was just going to say, Dave's just got back from a massive bike ride across Europe, I guess it was. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Gary, evening, Gary. How you doing, matey? We had a few beers with Gary the other week, didn't we?
Happy anniversary.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Yeah, Eddie came back Monday.
Back to reality with a slam.
Graham, evening.
Evening, buddy. Got to see Graham the other week.
And I think that's about it. And yet Joshua says, Cocoa Beach. Nice beach.
Duper. Welcome one, welcome more. We're up to a steady 24. Keep them coming. That's all the introductions done. Oh, no, we missed someone.
Evening. I'm sorry.
Neither of us are going to get that right, so we'll hold off. Mr. Alexandru. So how are we doing?
Kajakaryu.
I don't want to get it wrong. I've not got the balls for it tonight.
Mr. Alexandru, thanks for joining us.
There you go. Welcome to another episode of those Dent Guys. And I'm just going to warn this out now. It's not my internet connection tonight. If I fall asleep through the middle of this, I'm sorry, because I might just.
Sorry if I'm boring you.
No. I had an exciting night last night. I got woken up at 2 in the morning by riot police all up and down my road and a house getting raided.
What's you charging so much?
I didn't know there was armed cops everywhere. And that was it. Couldn't get back to sleep. So I've been rocking the go since 2:30 this morning. So I'm just like, God. That's why I'm not drinking beer.
Hey, Gary. Bobby. Now then.
Bobby. You've not seen Bobby for ages. How you doing, buddy? Right. So, without further ado then, just said it. Yes.
Go on, say it. Go on.
No, I'm not doing it. No. Koji Karu? Just put it up phonetically, will you? And then we'll figure it out. Right, that's enough of that.
I think Kevin Baird's trying to read that as well. Go on. Go on, Kevin. Let's get him on.
Yes. Right, there he is.
Go on, Kevin. Tell us.
Looks like Kojo Karyu.
There you go.
He always gets stuff right, doesn't he?
He knows, doesn't he? How are we doing, Kev?
Hey, guys. Good to see you. Thanks for having me on. It was great.
Our pleasure.
Love your show. You know.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And we love you.
Cheers. Thanks, buddy.
Right. For those of you who don't really know Kevin, where have you been all this time? But also, Kevin's backstory, I guess we may as well just get straight into Kev. We know your name, but where have you come from?
Where'd you come from?
Well, I grew up in just outside of Washington, D.C. My family's been in the car business forever. A friend of mine, I got to be friends with this guy who worked at a dealership with my father. And, I think he was I was 15 when I met the guy. We just got to be friends. I was a water skier, so he had a boat. And I think he used me to pick up chicks because I could do pretty much anything behind the boat. And they're like, I'm bringing this guy. So, I go out in barefoot and have a good time. And anyway, long story short, fast forward 10 years, he says, hey, man, I think or not even 10 years, I think you'd be good at this PDR thing I just got into. And I'm like, I'd already moved to Florida. I'm like, I'm not really interested. And he said, you won't have to work at a hotel, no more nights and weekends. And I said, all right, well, maybe. And he goes, I made this much money last year. I'm like, I'm kind of interested. So.
Hello, chestnut.
And that was almost 29 years ago. So here we go to today. But
you started pushing when you were 3.
I was 12.
Lad.
I will say it has been I've had a stellar time. It's been fun from day one, but it's still a hustle, and it's a rat race. You go out there and you get told no, you get slapped in the face and kicked down, but you get up and just keep on rolling and smile and take it, because at the end of the day, we're all here to support our wives, kids, and ourselves, and hopefully, be good to the industry too. So,
amen to that.
I don't think you're doing it right if you're not having those fights week in, week out. It's no fun if it's easy, is it? Let's be honest.
Nah, but it's accomplishment. But I learned with him, and I worked with my friend Danny Beers early on, and it was a good time. I was in Florida. He's still in Maryland. And, I ended up leaving it at one point, and I went on my own and did my own thing. And it took off. And then, of course, having Carrie with me, once we got married, I saw the light, because I realized, without the right partner helping you and going through the sacrifice with you, it's tough on your own. Yeah. So, but we managed, and like I said, here we are. I've done hail, big dents. I love doing small dents now, but I still occasionally will pick up some heavy duty tools.
Where's your happy place with dents? What do you like getting involved with the most?
I'm a dealer route guy, so I do a lot of dealership work. I've done a lot of fleet work. Mainly fleet is what I've specialized in for years. I don't do much retail just because, you know, the amount of time it takes to deal with a customer, regardless of the money. It's just, I'd rather be constantly busy all the time.
Yeah.
So dealerships, auctions, fleet work, and then, you know, helping other guys do the same, putting guys to work.
Busy.
Yeah. I probably have ADD or something. I don't even know, you know. So,
I know you've been busy today, haven't you? What do you say, 40 cars or something?
yeah, I missed the mark a little bit.
Wow.
I was in the 30s and I called it. I'm like, I got to go. So
That's just greedy. Absolutely greedy.
I did, 22 or 25 cars the other day, and I was knackered. That was me.
I didn't do any today, so.
You didn't do any cars today?
No, Gary did for me.
Guys have asked me about that. They're like, how do you do it? How do you do that many cars? And I said, well, I used to do honest to God, we would do over 100 cars in one day. But I also had Carrie with me. So she would do all the R&I, all the prep work, all the windows down, all the back then we didn't have any app. So she would write up all the cars. And then I would just really I'd roll through them, fix them all, and she would put everything back. And I'm like,
nice.
This is awesome. So
that's the way to do it.
We did that for several years, and then, you know, they're like, oh, you know, you're replaceable. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's hard to do hard numbers. Yeah, without the right help. So
right, yeah.
She doesn't work with me much anymore. I mean, besides doing all the books and the accounting, which, by the way, that's the hard part. Whatever I don't want to do, and she does. Thank God she's here, because I don't mess with paper. That's paperwork. That's not me.
Yeah.
So
when I grow up, I am going to be just like Mr. Bird.
George has been doing the paperwork all day today because it's beginning of the month, and it's just, yeah, we need to do this now. We need to do that now. And it's like,
right.
Thanks for bringing up the help. Jeez, I'll just carry on doing that.
Well, Carrie used to joke about it. She would be, filthy dirty, because she would take the cars apart. So at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, let's go eat sushi, because I used to go to the lot. I'd take my shirt off, you know, and I'd get a suntan while I work, of course, you know, and then I'd put my clean shirt back on after I wiped all my stuff off, and she was just like filthy, and she's like, I'm not going to dinner with you looking all clean.
Didn't divas though. We're not supposed to get dirty, are we? That's what we do.
But we've had
you definitely got a tan, haven't you? Definitely got a tan there. Yeah, you don't need to work on it, do you, at all?
Not much anymore. It's it's part, I'm sure, where we live, but she says I cheat because I'm American Indian, but yeah, that might help.
Because we're like ghosts compared to Kevin. Look at the state of it. With regards to MTE though, like, because how did you get from where you were doing all the dent stuff to becoming involved with the whole MTE scenario?
So Kevin Hillwood and I have become very good friends over the years. I went to the first one, and I met Kevin briefly, and the guy who introduced me to MTE was Chris Saylor from Inventure.
Right.
He was the first one to say, you know, because his shop was right across from one of my dealerships. And I would go in there, and I'd actually bend my own tools. I'm like, no, I need it this way. And he's like, what do you, you know, they would ask me what I'm using it for. And I would tell them, because I had Ford, Chevy, Toyota, I'd have all these dealerships, and I just like, I'm going to bend stuff the way I want it, and I'll fix the dents and then move on. And at that time, I don't think DentCraft wasn't in existence. Jerry was working. Jerry had A1. So, you know, we and PDQ was around at that point, but we were very limited on our tool suppliers and our tool companies. We just didn't have what we have now. So I watched the progression. I go to MTE, and I see the tool companies there, and I see all the people doing dents, and it was exciting to me. I've only missed the second one, but I've been to every one since, and Carrie and I kind of, you know, we started going to the ones in Clearwater, and just having just a time of it, and so fun that we became more involved over the years. And Kevin has asked me, before, you know, obviously the new owners, Convex, We just did a lot together. So the cars for the Dent Olympics, I helped with that. And then, as time went on, I progressively realized I can actually help more and give back more to the industry than what I was doing at the time. So, and now it's just fun. I'm like, oh, wait till you see what we have in store.
I know you've got plenty up your sleeve, haven't you? I know.
Oh, it's gonna be good. It's really gonna be fun. The next few years are, we're actually hoping for the best. The biggest turnout should be this coming at MTE will be the biggest one we've ever had. So,
okay. And it's not just dents as well, is it? It's other things.
No, we've anything auto vendor related, and so detail, interiors, paint, wheels, accessories, and then the back side of that is apps, software. We're going to have our Golden Mike Award this year.
Yeah, we're going to win it.
Radio Row. Yeah, best of luck. It's I can't vote on that, by the way. I just.
It's just a sweet talk.
Ginger Bros will vote for us because we voted for them last year.
Check your bank account.
They can vote. So
we did say we were going to scratch each other's backs as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Those Ginger Bros, they're all right. They're okay.
They're all right, aren't they?
They're all right. Just all right.
Actually, getting to know them has been a fun time. They're both just, we're part of a text group, and everyone's a good family guy. Just fun and cares about their kids and the industry as a whole. So it's nice.
Right, let's start our smear campaign now. We'll get Ginger Bros out of it. Right, I think Andy's the better of the two because he's turned up tonight. Not that Brandon is.
I know. Brandon.
You
never turns up, does it? Actually, it did last time, didn't he?
That's
it
right.
was incognito, wasn't he? So he's probably watching. He's just waiting for that right moment to comment.
Well, we'll see. Just watch the infighting start now. Ginger Bros will implode. That's one less podcast we've got to worry about. Next stop, BDR all time. We're coming.
We always upset someone, don't we? What's Igor saying? Hope temp in Orlando will be a bit higher during the next MTE. Kevin, sort it out, please. Go on, Kevin. Sort it out.
All right. So, by the way, I can't wait to see Igor. Every year it's a joy to see him, and come to MTE. We've had a blast all these years.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, hopefully, that Johnny Cullen and Craig Honeybun will also be part of that team, and Ron. I hope Ron can make it. Mark, be great to see Mark. Mark hasn't been in several years. Of course, Steve, and Freddie, loved hanging out with them all these years too. But watching MTE progress of what it was to what it is now has just been. It's crazy what it has become, and it's like the Super Bowl for what we're all involved in.
True story. But it's I know you're going back to obviously having everybody involved. I know Andy, who I share the workshop with on the detailing side, those guys are looking at coming over and everything. So it'd be great to see sort of just like everything in one place, really. Like you say, the whole auto.
Yeah. Plus, we're all part of that DENTcraft family. We've all been working together for so long, and just watching the evolve. Watching the whole thing evolve has been a lot of fun. So.
I mean, hats off. Everyone's putting some serious graft to bring it to where it is, right?
It's a lot of work behind the scenes before it ever goes to MTE. It's a lot of work, but it's all worth it, to see everyone smile and have a good time. If I see a negative post about it, I'm like, really? Come on.
I mean, what can you say about it?
Maybe you shouldn't come. No.
True story.
So what have you got planned then? What's the layout? What are you thinking of doing? How's it going to go?
This year's MTE, the Wednesday night, I think a lot of people get there. So that party the parties will begin Wednesday night. But not, they won't be MTE related as much as they will be networking and friends and everyone hanging out and having a good time and, drinking beer by the pool bar, which, by the way, we will warn them and they already know we're coming. but they staff up specifically for our group.
Yeah.
So there's
I'll
that.
tell you what I'm not doing next time is when we get there, I'm not rolling my cases through by that tiki hut. When did we come? 2018. That was when we came with the tool company. And we had one of the big SKB boxes with all the tools in. They were literally walking past the swimming pool, past the yacht, and one of the wheels fell off the box and just started rolling off down the thing. So I'm like dragging this box going,
Oh no.
I'm like, God's sake, just that cool. Keep walking, keep walking.
It's the English.
England, the wheels falling off. And I'm like, oh, fuck, it's all the big boys.
That's so
Someone's
funny.
running after getting this wheel, and I'm like, just ignore it, mate. Just keep going. Like
That's
you know, you
funny.
can get a golf buggy from there to your room, don't you?
I'll pay someone and they'll take your bags for you.
I know.
I'll help. I can get you a bell card if you need one. I mean, that's what I did before I got into the dent business. I was a bellman and a doorman for the Hyatt hotels. So, you know, it was, I can help
That's
you.
it.
I can help you with your bags.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Yes,
As soon as you get there, go to reception and say, "I've just got married," and they'll give you a better room.
Can we do that? Me and you. I'll put a veil on it.
you can now. You can do that now. Yeah, it's allowed.
Yeah, you can do that, yeah, I suppose.
It's our
It's like
anniversary.
Australia.
See, it works. I'm telling you. Martin taking my secrets. I like that, buddy.
Yeah, hey, I took it all in, you know. I just wasn't brave enough to say it.
That's a good one. No, we're that Wednesday night will be good. Thursday is when we do all the we move into the reception hall, the exhibit hall. So, and that's going to be crazy. That Thursday is, you know, people are hungover from the night before. Cars are coming from every which way, and that watching that show, to have a video of that show from just nothing to what it becomes, it's just insane. So
There's a lot of stressed people going on there. A lot of stress.
yeah, and it's an all day event, you know. Plus they have all the classes, and you know you could all the learning. They've got several breakout rooms. So you know it's the education day is important as the show for a lot of people. And then of course Thursday night is the welcome party, and that's the crazy, and that's a good party.
Oh, yep.
Evening, Hugo. So when does the education day as part of the MTE ticket then? What day do those go up?
It's an extra ticket. There's obviously it's monetized, so there's a price to that. But
yeah,
you know, if you're an attendee, exhibitor, and then you want to go to the shows, I mean, it's all different levels of you know, for the show. So
yeah.
But if you haven't done any of the education and you see something that you like, I highly recommend it, because you don't know if they're going to be back next year. You know, they might be busy doing hail or something. So pricing guide, I mean, we've all kind of seen how it's progressed, and pretty impressive. Some very good learning on that Thursday.
Perfect.
I remember years ago when I went, I think Paul Corden was doing an education thing on pricing, and yeah, that was very interesting.
Probably a really, really good lesson. He's a pro.
It was, 100%. Yeah, it was a good lesson. All right, yeah.
So humble and nice. I mean, he just does such a good job for the industry with what he's doing. So
yeah,
I mean, any of these educational things that I know some people, especially we're guilty of it quite a lot in England, will always sort of suck air through their teeth at the cost of some of these things, like the tools or the education or the this and that. But the reality of what you get from that, you'll make that money back just like that. And the beauty of it is, breaking news story, I've heard the winners of the Golden Mike Award get it all refunded anyway. Isn't that right?
See, there you go. That I don't know.
I think Brandon's on now. Hey up!
Hey, easy.
How's he doing?
Did he hear you say that Andy's better than him?
We said that Brandon was the better of the two. Absolutely. Brandon, we love you.
Yeah.
That Andy guy.
I can't do that.
Watch him now. Their show's going to implode.
No, I hope not. I hope not. By the way, that's
They're the best.
that the way that they started and came up. I mean, kind of quick in the U.S. It's nice because they complement each other just like you guys very well. So
Yeah, that's it. I've
So-
gone the wrong way. The wrong. I can't.
it's nice. Anyway, you guys are. I mean, everyone's laughing, having a good time, and I think everyone's drinking. So that's good.
Cheers.
I'm on the hard stuff. It's been a long day. Moonshine. That's what I'm calling it. Oh dear. So yeah, I mean, you're right in what you're saying though. The whole community just seems to be getting better and better, and all the, just through everything we're doing, everyone's smiling and having a good crack about it. And not seeing all the
That's how it should be.
yes,
Yes.
A lot less negative. And as we've grown, the positive people kind of look at the negative and be like, whatever. So that those negative comments become irrelevant to the rest of the world, the PDR world. So, I mean, they get you interested, but I saw a post on tools, and I think it comes down to people don't realize how long it takes a tool from the actual idea to get it to where it's, on at the market, for sale.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the costings as well, because you can't make them in the massive bulks that you would anything else. The cost for the R&D and the small runs of tools, they're always going to be more expensive.
Yeah. Might have had a few batches made and just have to hone it in as well, because it might not be quite right.
Yeah, I love seeing new stuff. I mean, it's fun, and I love the old stuff because I feel like that's what I grew up on in the PDR world. But but the new stuff, I'm like, wow, what a great idea! It's when you see this, and or you're questioning like, how's that going to work? But it's pretty amazing.
You have to buy it to find out.
And it's always the simple stuff as well, isn't it? We say it week after week. It's all those simple little things. How long's the industry been going? And it's why did no one think of this sooner?
Right. And we're kind of grassroots if you think about it. We're still in that beginner, and we hadn't been around that long. So I mean, the guys that have started doing it in the 80s and even the early 90s, I see some guys retiring now, and either passing it on or just getting out completely. So
lucky.
But it's a lot of them still show up to MTE, so that's kind of nice. MTE is one of those party things that it's I don't know, it's such a good networking experience there. But that Friday and Saturday, those are the show dates, and during those days, we will have the DENT Olympics, the International DENT Olympics, which we've had for years since the inception. We're having the tag team event, which this is our third year. And this year, we're going to change it up a little bit. So people are coming to entertain the crowd and be part of that entertainment award. They're all going to go on Friday, and it'll be seated. So
I could do the entertainment award. Just give me some beer.
No problem. Here's one for you.
No, give me a crate of beer. I'll be off the chair.
Are we going to do it?
Yeah.
Are we going to tag the award?
You're going to do it now.
You're doing it.
Or tag team entertainment award.
You can drink the whole time. You can. So that's good.
Don't tell us that, mate.
Drunk Olympics. I knew this would be a thing one day.
It's been a thing for a while, mate.
So, what are you keeping the same color cars in, or what?
We're gonna have the same color car or trucks or SUVs for the tag team. The goal is to have the same color cars for the DENT Olympics. The only difference that we're doing this year is we're changing the entertainment side just to one day, and then that'll be audience. Audience will actually vote who wins. We'll have nothing to do with that. The moderators, the judges, we're only judging the dents. So,
can you pay the audience or?
I guess you could. I mean,
what's all them brown paper bags with him? Never you mind. Shut up.
It's funny though.
It's always funny. I always like, talking about the Dent Olympics and stuff to all friends and whatever outside of the industry who don't know. As soon as you say there's an international Dent Olympics or something like that, they're all just laughing their head off like, what is wrong with you people?
Is that like the egg and spoon race? Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. It makes us feel important.
Yeah. I joke with the guys. I said, look, man, we're going to have poetry night. And they're like, what? I'm like, get your poems ready. Thursday night, we're having poetry night.
Yeah.
At the bar.
Wow.
At the bar. We're going to give you a microphone and you're going to say your poem. And, then we're all going to vote on who's best.
Oh, man, nice poem about Martin and tell him how I really feel. That'd be lovely. You just brace yourself, sweet cheeks.
Yeah. It could be a roast, a poet. It doesn't matter. I mean, I think
we're not doing any roasts. Don't say that word.
It would be funny though.
I remember when we did the
was getting roasted.
we did the Japan show, and the likes of Igor and that put me in for the Dent Olympics over there. With absolutely no knowledge of it. So literally the day after getting off the plane, hungover, jet lagged, whatever, no tools, straight into the Dent Olympics, blah, blah, blah. And they interviewed everybody straight after for national Japanese TV. It was that much of a big thing over there.
I love it.
So obviously there's a translator.
Hi, Mum.
Well, no, this is how rubbish it was. They're like, it wasn't rubbish. My answer was rubbish. They asked you one question, but I didn't realise. I thought it was like a thing. And they're like, how was it? And I'm like, oh, it was hot. Cool, thanks ever so much. Off you go. And I'm just like, oh, wow, really? What to say is dead hot in there. I was going to tell you more. I promise.
Crazy, right?
It'll be better though. Like MTE.
Yes, I know the Queen.
Right. Now, you guys have a lot of guys from the UK that used to come to MTE. I'm hoping that they do this year. And same with Japan and Germany and that whole region there of Europe.
So. Yeah, you laugh it up, mate. Laugh it up. There is quite a few signing up for this year already, aren't there? I think quite a few lads are going, so happy days.
Yeah, there's a handful of people going.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Yeah,
well, we'll be there. I think either Tuesday or Wednesday to Sunday. We leave Sunday, so.
Well, we're all going.
That Friday and Saturday night is crazy. You pretty much lose your voice because you're laughing so hard at those at the parties. It's insane.
That's it.
Here's one for you, Kevin. Hang on, Brandon, for your poem. Welcome to Florida. Martin's in bed. He played on the beach. Now it's red.
Good effort. Honestly, mate.
I'm never going to live this down, am I?
Maybe. Maybe next time you come. We'll put some sunscreen on you or something.
Yeah, not going out.
You were red that first day though. The first day
I was like a bloody lobster.
Yeah. That was
look at the colour of us, mate. What else is going to happen?
Hey?
I said, look at the colour of us. What else is going to happen? We're not going to be like bronze Adonises like Kevin, are we?
The Florida sun it's crazy. I mean, it's so hot, and
everyone said that to me. They said it's different out here. It's hotter. I was like, I'll be all right. And 2 hours later,
damage is done. Yeah,
dead man.
But what a good time though. That was those beach parties are a lot of fun, and I wish we could do them where it's a bigger event, but it's hard to wrangle up a lot of people to go to a dinner or go to a bar. You just can't. It's almost impossible to make that happen. So
yeah, listen, you can only do what you can do. But
yeah,
and it's such a good event though. I mean, I just hope I can get over because I've got a funny feeling it's going to be absolutely epic in January.
It is going to be.
The MTE will be, yes,
100%. I completely missed whether you said it already. Can people actually buy onto MTE yet, or when is that released, or what's the situation?
You can book your rooms, and I think you can book your attendee badge,
right?
Or exhibitor. I mean, obviously, you sign up as an exhibitor. You can sign up as an attendee, but you can't sign up for the Dent Olympics or the tag team event, or this year we're adding a beginner competition. So
All right, okay.
the beginner
There you go, then.
competition will only have 12 spots available, and they have to be sponsored. So someone will have to sponsor that person getting in.
Only 10 spots. Me and Martin are going in.
In the beginner competition?
Yeah.
And there's a verification process to that as well. So you have to be verified and have a sponsor. But, we figure that's pretty easy. I mean, it's, I can verify someone in a few minutes.
So is the sponsor someone that can vouch for the person only doing PDR for less than 2 years?
Right. And basically it puts them on the hook too. So, so it kind of prevents people from saying, well, I've been in around for 10 years, but I've only really been fixing dents for 2 years.
Okay.
So we're trying to prevent that. And we want, from year 1 to 2 or under 2 years, you go through a process and it's a transition from, okay, I'm pretty good. Okay, I'm getting better. But by year 3, if you're pushing all the time, you should be pretty good at that point. So we want to see what the beginners can do, and then that person will automatically get invited and entered into the Dent Olympics the following year.
Nice one.
Are they going to be getting the same damage as the standard competition, or are they going to get
No, it'll be an open flat panel.
Okay.
But probably be a shallow crease is what we're going to go for. Maybe like an F-250 hood. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Right on the back edge.
Right on the corner.
Hold it over.
How many techs can join that then? What's the limitations on spaces for that one?
We're only doing 12 spaces for the beginner competition.
Beginners, yeah.
So we're going to see how that goes, and then how it transitions into the bigger scheme of things. So, but we're all excited. I mean, it's a lot, but we're getting, we're motivated and we're preparing. So
it's all that sort of stuff, man. Is there any other sort of little nuggets or any surprises you can let slip, or anything happening that's not happened in other years? Or
let's see, this year. Besides that, we're going to try to switch to SUVs instead of trucks. It really kind of depends on the fleet of cars that we have to choose from, and that's really what it always comes down to for the cars for the Dent Olympics. Depends on what's available, really. Last year we had a hard time because we just didn't have the cars. And
do you get them from a rental company, do you, or where do you get the car? Oh, it's just your friend's cars.
Yeah, it's just I bring.
Anyway, moving on to
they might be both. They might be friends in the rental business. I mean,
I do remember in 2018 when the drunk Dent Olympics was happening out back. I think one his Mustang that he'd hired from the airport. That thing got absolutely butchered. So I don't know what happened when he returned it, but
I hope he had a waiver on it.
Some of those cars, I'm like, they're doing what? And I knew what they're doing, and someone's like, yeah, they're doing. I'm like, I have no part of that. That has nothing to do with MTE. I'm walking away.
100%.
But I mean, you come there to party with your buddies and have a good time. So I mean, I get it.
Breaking news story: Dent guys turn up, drink, and do stupid stuff. Who knew?
Wasn't there one event where there was some kind of fire or something? Was there? No. Okay.
Fire, maybe.
I always put my foot in it.
I can tell you this: we've had a lot less incidents over the last few years than we've had in years past.
That's not a sentence you should even have to say.
I think it's because the egos and the social media. I mean, people get their keyboard warrior out and they're done, and then they, if you get called out, you don't come to MTE with your tail between your legs. You're like, hey man, my bad. Sorry about that. So, but yes, it's a lot better these days than it was I've seen some fist fights.
Yeah.
They're really fighting. Okay.
Snapping people hammers.
But I will say this hotel that we're at, I absolutely love this place. For our group, it's really amazing.
It's a big place,
they really
isn't
do a
it?
good job. What's that?
It's a big place.
Yeah, it's big.
Really nice place, and it does take a long time to get from reception to your room, especially with heavy bags.
Does it?
With one wheel.
Yeah.
Is the do you know the MTE's doing they're offering the rooms obviously at discounted price. Are the rooms going to be closer to the MTE exhibition centre, or is it just wherever?
That I don't know. It depends. If there's another group involved, they only block a certain number of rooms. So what happens with that is it's kind of first come, first serve. So if you wait till December to book your room and they don't have any rooms left, now you're on the streets to find your way.
Right.
So I always recommend, book early if you can, and if you're an exhibitor, make sure all your stuff's ready in line and ready to go.
Next one.
So, and if you're bringing swag, spread it out. I mean, everyone loves those stickers and hats and koozies and yeah.
We're hoping to bring some stickers along with us, aren't we, Ben? Some those DENT guys, or some t-shirts, something like that. Yeah, we're trying.
Can we go like retro 80s and get a load of them bum bags made up?
Yeah, of course, can. Fanny packs.
Maybe fanny packs. That's a great idea.
Like bright violet pink with like sunburst yellow lettering, just like back in.
I love it.
They'll do that because the Ginger Brothers will be listening, won't they? And they'll do it.
Nah, copyright.
The 80s were fun,
The best. I don't know. So, long story short, MTE sounds like it's going to be as awesome as expected as ever.
You need to get there if you can.
Everybody gets signed up. What is there websites, anything like that we need to be going to for signing up? Because we can quickly whip a banner up for anybody wanting to stay involved or book.
Go on their Facebook page or go on their link on Mobile Tech Expo, and it'll send you a link straight to the hotel. And then when you call in or you book online, it'll pull up one of their blocked rooms. So that's what I recommend doing. That said, I don't have any lot of info on that, but I will say the scammers are already working, trying to get people to, your discounted rate's about to expire, pay now, and then it's crazy. So use their website for Mobile Tech Expo and use that link, or call the hotel directly and tell them you're with Mobile Tech Expo. That's what I would do personally, because otherwise they scam. I don't know where these scammers come from, but they're scamming people out of hundreds of dollars, or thousands. I mean, I don't really know.
Well, I should imagine it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Look, he's on it.
Nice.
Carb on it. So what you're saying, like go through this link and click through it and pay that way. But if you're not sure, then just ring up Rosen Creek and Shingle Creek.
Yeah.
And book it that way.
Basically, if you get a call from someone saying they're from the hotel and it's a little sketchy, then don't just say, hey, hang on, and then call the hotel, and then
right.
They're like they're not making phone calls to try to get you to book a room. I can tell you.
Fair enough. Good advice. I'm going to be. I think I'm booking mine tomorrow, so I'll have to make sure I do it right.
Make sure you get a cot in the corner for me, mate. All right.
Cot in the corner.
Done.
You can sleep. You can sleep in the one of the vehicles we're using for the dental Olympics.
Really, I'll sleep anywhere, mate. I'll be face down on the grass.
You don't need an alarm clock. You just be boom, boom in the morning.
Nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna start the first day at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. and then that'll go till I think 4:30 that first day or 5. But there'll be bars set up all through the expo, and of course There's one year we had right next to the DENT booth, a guy brought a keg in. I'm like, is this for me? Because this is great place. But
we're just trying to look after you, aren't we?
Yeah, I guess they're making sure I'm not parched. we don't want you to be thirsty. So.
Do you know of any of the tool guys, tool exhibitionists that are there, exhibitors?
Yeah. So Rick Hummert and I believe Matt Boyette will be working with A1. So A1 will be where they were last year.
Yeah.
Blem Tools will be there. Of course, Dent Reaper, Get a Grip, Dent Craft, Anson, all the tool companies that were there, I believe, last year will still be in that same vicinity. But you'll also have, if I'm not mistaken, there's some new ones coming up that I'm not really sure of. I haven't looked at the list, but pretty sure CarePoint, Ultra's got a really nice booth that they had set up for the last few times. DentCraft has a new booth for the last year. They're going to be using that same one, and of course Anson will have probably their vans inside as well, and their setup. And then right next to where the tag team is, A1 will be right out front of there. But if I didn't mention anyone, I apologize. But I think there's several. Hopefully Vlad will come and have his. Those tabs were great, and of course Keco Centino had his booth with Shane. Shane and him were selling stuff, and they had the Prism tabs as well. So Keco will have an amazing booth. I'm sure I talked to Danny Hacker, and he's very excited about not just the Dent Olympics, but obviously the Southern Dent Trials in Texas too. So, but they just came from that auto body competition where they I don't know if you saw the dents. They sent me a picture. I'm like, they're going to glue pull those? Amazing.
You do a lot of glue,
Amazing what's happening. And I'm sure Cam Auto will have a nice booth. And as far as glue companies, I haven't talked to Jeremy from Glue Pull Systems. I'm sure he'll have something as well.
Nice.
So
glue's the main topic at the moment, isn't it?
It's amazing how much it's changed the auto body industry as well. So it's exciting for all of us. I think it's kind of changed the outcome of things that we weren't able to do years ago, and now we're like, okay, well, let's give it a try. So
I think it's made the flow of work a lot quicker as well. I mean, I'm picking up bars way less these days, way less. It's awesome. But hopefully we'll see some new stuff at MTE as well. Lots of new goodies coming out from all the companies and what's not. But anyone can talk about.
I think Peter is unveiling at VIP is going to unveil something he's been working on too. So
perfect.
If I'm not mistaken, he did mention that. I hope maybe Igor has some tools that he's bringing out too. So I'm not really sure. I'm sure I missed someone, but I didn't mean to. So.
Glexo Squad? Glexo coming to MTE?
Squad?
What's that?
Are the Glexo crew coming to MTE, do we know?
I hope so. I have not heard. I have not talked to Vitalia or Olga in a little bit. But
great to see those guys, for sure.
Love hanging out with them. They're so kind and gracious. And just,
I've never met them, but I've done a lot of dealings over messages and stuff over the past few years. So it'd be nice to meet them in person.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're. I think some tool companies that were coming years ago have either sold or combined with other companies. So some of the smaller ones you might not see, but I know Excalibur is going to be working with A1. I talked to Rick Hummert, and that's what he was saying that he's going to do. So pretty exciting, And the whole thing is we're just excited to see how this layout is. I mean, around the Dent Olympics, all the tool companies are set, and on the backside of that, obviously the people that have been around for a while, they secured their booth a long time ago. So
sweet.
I'm pretty sure Sal will have his Dent Dial booth as well. So
very nice.
He'll probably sell out really quickly. He always does, doesn't he? He takes a load with him. He has a massive queue then that's it. Just goes boom, done.
Top,
Or it was when I went last time, anyway.
I look forward to seeing Sal compete in the Southern Dent Trials. It'll be fun.
Never mind that. You want to look forward to Sal getting on a karaoke. That's the best thing you'll ever see.
We could turn poetry night into karaoke night. That'd be good.
Yeah, there you go. Some outside the box thinking. Sign me up. Who cares about that?
So Eddie Shaw's saying, are we going to do a live show from MTE? Yeah, of course we are.
Doubt it, mate. I'll be too drunk. You can do one, though.
Oh, you're doing one. Absolutely.
Well, I do every show drunk anyway, so what's the difference?
It's a
I
fair
think you'll
point.
do a collaboration, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
could.
of course we can.
Yeah, that's a good idea. You know, we ought to get a load of us together and do a bit of a. Yeah.
I mean,
Kevin, honey, hey, it's almost like you do this for a living, mate.
Yeah, hey, there you go. Andy Patrick. Will we have Radio Row again, Kevin? Yes.
Where were you at the start of the show, Andy? Did you miss out something? Did you, mate?
we will have Radio Row. It will be it'll be a little different. I believe we're not going to have that same exact setup, but it'll be people will know where it is. We're kind of saw what we did, and we'll make it different and hopefully improve. So
Perfect.
yeah,
Love it. Live drinking competition. Well, I believe the drinking seminar will be every night. So
it starts Wednesday. It goes through Sunday. It's ongoing.
that's it.
Good luck to everyone.
We'll all be there for moral support.
See you on the other side.
Honestly, anyone would think we're a bunch of reprobates, but go figure.
We've had a tough week, haven't we? Well, I have.
Always a
What
tough.
is today? Is it Thursday?
Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday, yeah. We had a bank holiday, so every day is weird this week. We're like, what?
I got to hang out with
Friday?
that English band from Birmingham the other night. They were great, man.
Who's that?
UB40.
UB40.
Did you?
He just sent me a picture. He's just there, casual with them.
Moozing.
Yeah. We're drinking with the band. It was great. It was so fun.
Legend.
Yeah.
That's what you should do. You should get guest bands on in the evening or something.
Yeah.
We've talked about it actually. We're kind of working on something. Hopefully it'll work out, but
Nice.
I can't let that go because we don't know if it's a go or not. So
Yeah.
There you go.
But
There you
Lovely.
go.
There you
And
go.
just before that is Pink Floyd, wasn't you? Is it Roger?
yeah, Roger Waters. Yeah, last Thursday.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
Eugene Fetty and Jack Bucknell.
Jack Bucknell, yeah.
Did he have a
They
cigar
flew in.
today?
Legendary.
It was great to see him. But they were in the section right next to us. And Roger Waters was amazing. He actually sang Wish You Were Here right in front of us. So like 10 feet away, not even, he's right on stage in front of us. And of course everyone was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So it was fun to watch.
Yeah. You love
Epic show.
Pink Floyd out there, don't you? I mean, when we was out there last month, every other song was Pink Floyd. It was good.
Yeah,
It's
we
nice
love
to
Pink
hear. Yeah, so do we.
I'm more of a David Gilmour fan. I admire him. I think he's just a stellar guy and very outstanding. Roger's politics and views, I'm like, but I like the guy. His music was fantastic and nothing negative at all. It was just a great show. They played a lot of Pink Floyd songs, and I'd go again for sure.
100%.
Living your best life. Love it.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Succeeding. Every time we flick Facebook on, it's like, where's Kevin now? What's he doing? Why am I still in the workshop? Kevin's drinking beer. God damn it.
Sorry, buddy. You're right. No, we are having fun.
Don't be sorry, man. It's nice to see. It's nice to see people like doing good stuff, positive stuff,
Yeah.
So, any more info on Dent Trials? Then it's happening in September. What's that about?
So we've got our schedule put together. So that's going to go on in Burleson at Anson. It's a competition. It's not a show, as it is. Anson's the host. MTE is the sponsor. So it's an MTE event hosted by Anson, and we're going to use. So Thursday will be in Stockyards, which is in Fort Worth, and then Friday, we'll start getting the cars ready for the competition. And then Friday night, we'll be in downtown Burleson or Stockyards, whatever. I mean, we'll just give people options. But I think the turnout won't be as, I mean, it'll be good. We don't really have any spots left. But as far as an attendee, it's free to attend. So, and we'll have a food truck and drinks, on site. But I just encourage everyone to Uber or get a ride because there's a lot of police down there. So
right.
But that,
don't we?
Yeah, that will be a really good kind of a gear up for MTE because the winner of that gets automatically to the DENT Olympics. But this is a 3-event competition, so it's a hard crease through a body line, an offender. It's a glue pull on a rail, and it's the DENT Olympic dent in the door. So it's a tough one. This will be a tough competition because we are definitely going to increase the PSI on the rail.
Just to make it a bit harder.
I'm out.
Why not?
I'll have a go.
Show you a crease.
We do test the dents, by the way. We test the time and the dents to make sure it is doable.
Who's testing it though? Brandon.
Believe it or not,
being able to do it.
I did for the longest time, for many years. So I would fix them, and then we would establish a time based on how long it took me without any pressure. Because once that pressure's on you, I mean, you kind of lose your head. You're like, oh my God, there's people everywhere. And it's
really tough when people are watching all of a sudden. I remember going back to the Japanese one we did. I was honest to God, so I love doing rail dents. Started with the rail before the door, obviously. Got to putting the glue on the tab the first time. My hand was literally shaking that much. I pinned my arm to put the glue on the gun. I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it happens. We've seen guys sweat so bad over the years. And, I mean, our job is, hey, look, this is a fun event. This isn't, you're not applying for some crazy job. You just go out and do your best, have fun with it, and then, move on. Go grab a beer. Or maybe you need a shot while you're doing this, Dent, and it'll calm your nerves. I don't know.
That's the thing, isn't it?
How much time do you get to do the dents then? Matt and me.
This particular competition will be an hour and a half, and each dent will it'll be a degree of difficulty for all 3 dents.
See, that's where I can't do it. If I'm on a dent any longer than an hour, it's going to the body shop, mate. I'm out.
So we'll test them the Friday to make sure that we're fixable. But the other thing is that, like, when we test them now, we have to look at it like, okay, we're not competing. We're just putting the show. And, it's actually a combination of judges now that we test the dents. And we're not trying to make them, I mean, we're trying to get them to where, okay, they're flat for us. They're flat. And then we'll make them perfect, but we want to make sure that the allotted time is enough.
It can be repaired. Repaired. Yeah.
So
it can be saved.
But then the same guys that do the testing will go back in after the show and we clean all those cars up. So if you miss it, we'll, not to worry, we will take care of it. And we've been doing that for years. I mean, I did them by myself for a few years. Luke Price has been with me for a long time, and then of course now we have a pretty good crew of that cleanup crew they're legit. So.
Cleanup crew.
What's the rules on toll cut?
1 year I had to use toll cut.
The cleanup crew can use it.
Actually, we try not to. We really try to fix them the best we can without it. But over the last few years, we've had some boogered up dents.
I've seen some of them.
It's funny because Joel and Simon were behind me one year, and we had the Chevy Cruises, and I was just like, okay, this is the first year we used toll cut. I'm like, I'm definitely need some toll cut and a buffer and maybe some paint over here.
Yeah, I bet. Look like a bloody grenade had gone off inside some of those doors.
You look at them and you're kind of like, who wants to who wants to fix it? Seriously. And that happens. I mean, it's it's not for any. It's nerves. It gets the best for these guys.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave Dawson's got an idea for you. Old school competition, no LEDs, and a selection of old school tools for techs to pick from.
Ooh,
This isn't bloody what you call
I
it.
like
the
it.
Thunderdome. It's not the Thunderdome, you know.
You'll only have blooming Sal and Andy Brooks in it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that. That what a face off that'd be. Mate, that'd be awesome.
I know, 100%.
Hey guys, sorry, my phone rang. I have it on do not disturb, but anyway.
I don't want to answer your question.
I like Dave's idea, so that's a good one.
That was a good idea.
2024. There you go. For the old timers.
Who's coming out of retirement?
We are going to introduce another category. Well, not category as much as division for contestants, but that's in the future we're working on something, and who knows? We're always trying to make it better. I tell people just give me your ideas and I'll see what we can do.
Sweet.
Is there going to be any competitions for the others, like the detailers and the wheel people and the trim
I would
people?
love to see a wheel competition. We used to have a paint competition and an interior competition years ago, but I don't know of that right now. So that's a good idea. I would love to see that. I would also love to see MTE in England. So
yeah, I think Hugo was asking about the show. There was version over the years.
There you go.
Of years ago?
Yeah, so I can't remember. Was it under the MTE banner in the UK?
It was under what was it called? It was
the first 2 years.
Kevin's brother, and
I know it was Auto 365 for a bit, wasn't it?
That was it, Auto 365.
Yeah. So that was it's a long, complicated story I won't get into, but I'll just say that it went defunct because of the location where it was.
Yeah.
And then we've talked now that Convex owns it. Kevin is still involved, as am I. We're looking at quite possibly getting something together. So
perfect.
But there is an MTE style show in Germany, and that's IASRA.
Yeah.
So Igor's just pointed that out.
Yeah,
I think that's every February as well.
That's Freddie puts that on, and of course he's got a great group as well.
Yeah.
And that's my wife went to that the first year and had a blast.
Yeah,
she's
I got drunk.
Yeah, what great hosts everyone was, and just so fun, and it was. She said Freddie and Magda really took good care of him. So, of course, I love to hear that and see what everything else is going on in the world with the Dent world. So,
it's moved to March.
Yeah. And also we've got the Japan MTE, which is in December.
Got a funny feeling Igor chuck up because you all know. I'm sure I saw that was cancelled.
Oh, okay.
Possibly Igor. Chuck up in the comment section if you know, buddy.
Igor knows.
That's a shame.
Sure, I saw that.
Igor knows everything.
And that's Hiroshi. Hiroshi puts that on. It's looked like a really great show too.
Bloody hell.
Igor looks confused. Maybe I've got that wrong. I don't know.
No. It said it's been cancelled.
Oh, right. Yeah, Japan is cancelled. Yeah. I think they have quite a lot of COVID issues still going on over there. So So the Japan is off the list, unfortunately, which makes you've got MTE in January. What are the dates again, Kevin?
28th.
20. We're going to start on the 12th of January. The drinking competition goes for a month.
Right now.
No, the last weekend in January, always. Well, not always, but this year it's. And I'm hoping they keep that at the same hotel, which is our favorite. For this show, it's our favorite hotel.
Yeah.
So
wicked. So you've got that in January, and then it sounds like the next one from that is the IASRA in March, which is Germany. okay, that's all doable. It's all doable.
See?
We skint after it all, but it's all doable.
Yeah,
And
but
then-
we had a good time. We got some drinking done.
Next year, we won't be at Anson. I don't believe we'll be at Anson for the DENT trials. We'll be somewhere else. It's a hosted event, but we'll still have a competition somewhere else.
Mhm.
So I'll
Cool.
keep you posted when we know what's going on with that. But you know, it's we try and do it when it's feasible for the industry as well. So not
sure.
hail. You know, we want guys
Yeah.
to compete and have a good time when they're not so worried about making money.
That's what it's all about.
Perfect. Well, that pretty much wraps up all the MTE stuff, I think, unless there's any other little nuggets you want to chuck out there, buddy, or any other bit of anything you want to let
I
anyone
think we're good. As it gets closer, I'll definitely keep you posted. Yeah,
Sweet. Right, that's
we're
it.
excited.
Have fun, everyone. Yeah, jokes.
I think that is actually everything because I ain't got any more notes. I put. Yeah, you don't want to know.
Look at him, he's got notes again. Stop coming in here trying to act like we know what we're doing.
Well, I literally got in it just after 7. I was like, sorry, I'm late. And he said, oh, don't worry, I've got everything. And I've even wrote notes.
I know. I thought
Nice.
not to turn up tonight. I'm sat here at 10 to 7 and there's neither of you two are here. And I'm like, here
10 to 8, yeah.
here we go again. Or 10 to 8, sorry.
Wow.
We were going to go over the Keco Open Day stuff, weren't we? But I reckon if we get into that now, we're probably another hour on, aren't we? Shall we save that for the next show?
I don't mind. That's the way you can do if you want. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
What is the next show? Have we got a next show planned?
Well, if it's next week, we can. I can't do the week after.
We'll have a chat. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I say we wrap it up at that because I think
Yeah, no problem.
we'll get into the Keco Open Day stuff if we can manage to get the show with Kevin and stuff sorted out.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
Out this week, but
We shall try for next week, hopefully,
yeah,
if you want.
we'll do the best we can as we always do. I need to get some Uber beer sorted. That's what I need, and then just chill. Yes.
Uber beer. Have you got that, Kevin? Oh, man, mind you, you've got a bar, so you don't need Uber beer.
I don't know what that is. Uber beer?
Well, yeah, you can get your Uber drivers to bring you beer, can't you?
You know what? We have done that. We have done that. But
I mean, it's expensive. Don't get me wrong.
I typically don't.
Yeah. Last night at 2 o'clock, he had handcuffs at his door.
I did. It all went off. It all went off last night. Doing arm police everywhere, mate.
Wow.
Nothing to do with me though, for a change.
It's funny.
I don't know. But yeah, long story short, MTE in January. Anyone in the UK, stroke Europe or whatever, do everything you can to get out there because I think it's going to be epic and as always, a hell of a networking event more than anything. You know, there's the show, but then there's the after show, which is always insanely good fun.
If you like MET, sounds awesome. It does. Bit of strip and fit. No, got it. He's got it right. MTA. Yeah. If you like dents and you like to network and you want to look at the new tools and you like to drink, get there.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, all the details are up there. We don't really need to say more on it, do we? We're all good, aren't we?
No, just keep scrolling on the bottom.
There you go. Kevin, it's been wicked of you to join us tonight, buddy. We really appreciate you taking the time out and having
thanks, guys.
Listening to us.
Great to see you. It's always a pleasure.
You too, man. Now, thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's a lot.
Look at that.
It's a lot. I'm sure it's a lot for you guys to schedule your time and whatnot. So I really appreciate it. And anytime you want, you have questions, and for all your viewers that I don't know, I hope you come by and introduce yourself, have a chat and or drink a beer. So
100%. Yeah, if you do make it over there, search out Evan and buy that man a beer because he deserves it.
Kevin likes Modelo. That's for breakfast.
That's just a damn good reason.
Breakfast beer.
Breakfast beer. Yeah.
That's what we do. That's what we do. So, yeah, I think we're going to work on a show by the sounds of it for potentially next week. We'll see how it works out. Either or, we'll figure it out one way or another and bring you episode 4 of season 4, I guess it is. Oh no,
Something
we'll
like
just turn up and do it. Cool. Right. One last time. Thanks ever so much for coming on, Kevin. And hopefully we'll see you in January.
I look forward to it.
I'll see you in January.
There you go. I've been Ben Ridley from Trident PDR. And
I've been Martin from Dent Remover. And our special guest has been Kevin Baird.
we never even gave Kev's company a shout out. Go on, quickly, Kev.
The name of my company is Ding. D-I-N-G. Ding.
Just
That's it.
Ding.
Yep, Ding.
Savvy. There. Savvy.
Straight to the point.
Does what it says on the tin. I don't care what they say about you. You're switched on, you, Kev.
Yeah.
On that bombshell, after I've just slated an absolute pillar of our industry, I think we'll see you next time for another episode.
Thanks, guys.
Those Dent guys.
Take care.
And I'll not hit the intro, I'll hit the outro instead. See ya.